Your number one super station, your number one super dial, voice of the people, 90.3 FM. Good morning to you. Check your time, 7:04 a.m. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. Check. Okay. Today is the 24th day, right? Yeah. When you check your calendar, you find out that today is the 24th day in the month of June 2025. And of course, this is front page review, where I dish you all of the headlines, making the round on daily basis. I do this every day between 7 a.m. and of course 8:30 a.m. every weekday, every weekday. And this morning I'm set. I'm set. The Punch newspaper is here before me, and of course, Vanguard, Daily Trust, Daily Post, and of course, several other newspapers before me this morning, all for you. But we'll punch it this morning. Are we good to go? Let's take a ride. One passenger killed, 6 injured as police foil kidnap attempt in Kogi State. Police deployed drones to rescue 12 abducted Benue passengers. PDP slams Okpewolo, over 2.5 million votes pledged to Tinubu. Police impartial, not aiding election rigging, says IG. Police impartial, not aiding election rigging, says IG. And then, Tinubu's Electricity Act, 7 states take charge of power regulation. Outside Nigeria, UK court reserves judgment in €55 million Shell oil spill case. 2027, Algon denies supporting Wamako as Tinubu's running mate. And then, petrol hits 955 naira per litre as marketers NNPCL raise prices. 955 naira per litre. Why fuel sale ban in border areas still stands, according to reps. Nigerians in China protest very appalling act by fellow citizens. Nigerians in China protest very appalling acts by fellow citizens. Factional fires. PDP governors meet INEC amidst neck tensions. Factional fires. PDP governors meet INEC amidst neck tensions. And to some other headlines now quickly. Tinubu's cabinet lacks quality. El-Rufai is the one speaking. PDP fall to Okpewolo's promise of 2.5 million votes for Tinubu. 2027. Okpewolo promises Tinubu 2.5 million votes in Edo State. Okay. Article's primary win, not sole cause of PDP's decline, says Jandor. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I will move quickly to Vanguard newspaper to give you some more headlines. Hunger, poverty, now security threat. NSA, CDS, speaking. Hunger, poverty, now security threat. Drama as PDP staff shut offices, reject Anyanwu's return. Outside Nigeria, Trump says Israel and Iran agree to a total ceasefire. Trump says Israel and Iran agree to total ceasefire. Okay. Back home, Tiger Bays, taming terror in Imo. It's a beautiful piece you might want to read. Vanguard has got that story. Rivers Council CSO denies leading hoodlums to attack council administrator. And then, let's see. Edo Assembly invites CP over arrest of monarch. Iran accepts Trump ceasefire, thanks brave armed forces. Israel-Iran conflict, the Nigerian connection by Dakuku Peter side. We are victims of past intrigues within the military. Is a piece by Eric Teniola. Insecurity, rooting out saboteurs is another piece again. 12 travelers abducted by armed men in Benue community. ECOWAS, as Tinubu's 2 years of robust leadership comes to an end. Let me give you some more political headlines now. Tinubu ran inclusive government in Lagos. INEC unlikely to register coalition's party, says El-Rufai. Did you hear that? Tinubu ran inclusive government in Lagos. INEC unlikely to register coalition's party, says Nasir El-Rufai. And then Ologunagba remarks not party position, says PDP acting chairman Damagum. Coalition, not a northern affair, but Hakim Baba Ahmed is the one speaking. Politicians defecting are greedy. They lack discipline. Wale Oshun speaks. Then 2027, why Tinubu can't drop Shetima. Tinubu malls establishment of ranches in Abuja. NNPC oil marketers hike petrol pump price to 945 naira in Abuja and 915 naira in Lagos. Okay, let's leave Vanguard now and check up Daily Trust newspaper, 7:10 a.m. Family members killed in fresh plateau attack. Family members. NNPCL adjusts petrol price from 910 naira to 945 naira in Abuja. Lawyers boycott courts in Bayelsa over Justice Umukoro's kidnap. And then, let's see some more now. Avoid military government facilities in Abuja. U.S. tells citizens. Governor Amadu Umar Rufintiri's intervention in the education sector is another beautiful one you might want to read. As Naseni boss calls on West African countries to unlock technology potentials is another one. Young man threatens suicide in Kano from billboard top. Alleged $7.2 billion fraud. EFCC arrests ex-NNPCA chiefs. 4 more here. Protest rocks Niger Varsity over students killing. Plateau killing. Death toll hits 13 as survivors narrate ordeal. Iran-Israel war. Petrol nears 1,000 naira per litre in Nigeria. Marketers predict further hike. And finally here, why insecurity is rising across Nigerians' roads. Yeah. Okay, from there, from Daily Trust, we'll move quickly to Daily Post newspaper. More headlines, more big headlines here. Coalition, Nigeria targeted for destruction by urban bandits. We must remove them. El-Rufai speaks. Nigeria targeted for destruction by urban bandits. We must remove them. Concerns over missing 210 trillion naira NNPCL funds as TI Nigerians demand thorough probe. And then 2027, I have no ambition. I just want to remove this evil I brought upon Nigerians. This is Nasir El-Rufai speaking. I have no ambition. I have no ambition. Seriously, honestly, I have no ambition. I just want to remove this evil that I brought upon Nigerians. El-Rufai is speaking here. Atiku Amechi, I am advocating that coalition adopts SDP. El-Rufai speaks amidst ADA's registration. Atiku and Amechi, I am advocating that coalition adopts SDP. This is El-Rufai speaking amidst ADA's registration. And then moving on to some other big headlines. No security threat in Abuja. Nigerian government replies the US. I have no ambition. I just want to remove this evil I brought upon Nigerians. Let's see if he can. Let's see what he means. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see if, big words, I must say. I have no ambition. I just want to remove this evil I brought upon Nigerians. And some other person would say, oh, because you were not part of the administration, right? Because they failed you, right? That's why you're saying all of this. It's okay. Alleged $7.2 billion fraud. EFCC arrests former NNPCL top official. I will execute infrastructural project in all zones, says Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then we will hunt them down. Uba Sani vows justice for Kaduna wedding travelers killed in Plateau. Kwasu imposes nighttime restrictions to tackle robbery in Malete. And then 22 arrested over murder of Kaduna indigents in Plateau. Governor Sani speaks. Jettison partisan politics now. Address recent onsurge in insecurity. Group tells politicians. Jettison partisan politics now. Address recent onsurge in insecurity. Group tells politicians. And then to some other political headlines. Tinubu's cabinet, a joke, lacks quality. El-Rufai speaking. And then again, El-Rufai lists three reasons they worked against Jonathan in 2015. El-Rufai lists 3 reasons they worked against Jonathan in 2015. You will learn your lesson in 2027, El-Rufai tells Tinubu. Just like very dark man would say, you all will learn. You will learn the hard way. That's what this headline is like this morning, really, I tell you. You will learn your lesson in 2027, El-Rufai tells Tinubu. Okay, ADA, APC chieftain congratulates Atiku, Amechi, others, tells Tinubu to start packing his luggages. On ADA now, right? APC chieftain congratulates Atiku, Amechi, others, and tells Tinubu to start packing his luggages. 2027, I have no ambition. I just want to remove this evil I brought upon Nigerians, El-Rufai speaks. And finally here, 2027, El-Rufai reveals pact with Atiku Obi on new political platform. Check your time, 7:17 a.m. Yes. Stakeholders decry poor sanitation infrastructure in Pape community. I'm now with the Guardian newspaper, okay? Stakeholders decry poor sanitation and infrastructure in Pape community. To some of the headlines, fire destroys property worth millions in Oyo town. Police clear developer lawyer of forgery allegations in Lekki land dispute. Activist warns of crisis over Warri land ownership dispute. Transport firm condemns Benue bus attack, pledges support for victims' families. And then, let's see if I can touch on one more now. Police security agencies escalate efforts to locate kidnapped Bayelsa George. Everyone, just feel free, okay? Join me on YouTube. Get to the comment section. YouTube is VOP 90.3 FM. YouTube. Just go there on the search bar, type VOP 90.3 FM, and then to the comment section. I want to read your comments this morning, okay? Yeah, let's have a very robust conversation. Thank you. And then I will move quickly to another newspaper. This time, The Sun, always sunny, with headlines. Plateau now. Northern senators warn against reprisal attack. Yeah. Osun local government crisis. The issues, politics, and intrigues. The issues, politics, and intrigues. AON commends Keyamo for tackling local airlines capacity challenges. Tinubu commissions 15-kilometer A2 to Pi Road. Praises Wike for boosting Abuja's rural infrastructure. Shetima calls for formal integration of Africa's informal economy to boost intra-continental trade. Let me give you 6 more headlines, courtesy the Sun newspaper. Osun local government crisis, the issues, politics and intrigues. 2027, APC and threat of implosion. APC not afraid of troublesome defectors. Okay. Nkiri is the one speaking. I remember APC not afraid of troublesome defectors. So it means some persons are leaving the APC now too. In the voice of Asari Dokubo, turn by turn, no. Nice. 2027, Northeast APC supports groups back Dogara for VP, demand inclusion, and of course, key projects. 2027, Edo will deliver 2.5 million votes for Tinubu, says Okpebholo. And finally here, newly elected NBA chair urges Senate to prioritize public accountability. And finally, we will go check some headlines, courtesy the Nation newspaper. Tinubu pledges balanced infrastructure development. Africa's largest rare earth minerals project birth in Nigeria. Federal government kicks off agric renewal within 2,000 tractors. Abia community hails Tinubu Kalu on federal varsity. NGO promotes inclusive education for kids with disabilities. Africa's largest rare earth minerals project birth in Nigeria. And then federal government kicks off agric renewal with 2,000 tractors. Finally here, Tinubu pledges balanced infrastructure development. Yeah, I told you to feel free to join the conversation this morning. Check your time, 7:20. Yeah, 7:20 a.m. This time around, we'll go join Rufai Oseni for some analysis of these stories. Okay? Yeah, let's join Rufai Oseni now.
In the city avoid, military facilities in Abuja and other parts. And this is a result of the fact that US did throw some bombs, some bunker buster bombs at a uranium nuclear facility. And definitely there's going to be a reprisal soon. And Iran did launch missiles at a US base in Qatar and Iraq, but there were no casualties, nobody was injured. In fact, they told the Qatari government beforehand that they were going to launch, the missile situation. They were going to launch the missile, and they gave them sort of like an advance, and the air defense system out of the US base kicked in and repelled most of the missile launch. So, but Iran just launched that because they had to respond based on the attacks at the Iranian nuclear facility. So, as it is now, there's sort of like a state of flux. The markets are sort of stable because the markets are not reacting yet, that much. Yeah, crude oil price has increased. We have also had a knock-on effect in the increase in pump price of petrol here. That's what you get as a lot of deregulation and removal of subsidy. I think NNPC stations, some stations, depending on the part of the country, you get between 9:45 to 9:15. I think 9:15 in Lagos. But the international markets are not shifting as we speak. In fact, even gold, did reduce as we speak. Then President Trump is now fighting with himself pretty much because some U.S. outlets did say that the bunker buster bombs that he used against the Iranian nuclear facility, there was no real impact or damage to the potential of the Iranians, as regards enriching uranium and the like. So he feels very upset with that, and which is also the truth because if they actually did, attack those uranium facilities, at least we'll have seen some radiation and the likes. But yes, the tunnels were attacked, but nothing came out of it. And in fact, President Trump has been abusing all the top media outlets, abused CNN, abused other media outlets. I mean, for those that support him, it's just sad that an adult like that can throw childish tantrums. So it just shows that that attack didn't get the desired result. So, but he's been trying to be able to give himself some courage because he needs to look to himself and feel good, with himself. So there's been a lot of back and forth, and it has to be said. So that's happening on the foreign scene. Let's see what's going to be the reaction. Trump is in a meeting as we speak. Let's come out of the meeting. Probably we're going to see more updates in the coming hours and the coming minutes as regards reactions, to what is happening in the Middle East. Let's quickly talk about the PDP political crisis. Acting chairman of the PDP has disclosed that as Nigeria is party from remarks made by National Publicity Secretary Ologun Agba, asserting that INEC has no authority to hold the party's 100th national executive meeting committee. Damago clarified that the leadership did not sanction Ologun Agba's statement, describing it as premature without proper consultation. Once Nigeria's leading political force, the PDP, has faced persistent battles, and the PDP is fast becoming a party in comatose as we speak. So if Damagong is negating what Ologun Agba said, is it that the PDP is not going to have its own, meetings to be able to discuss the future of the political party? I mean, it just shows that all is not well with the PDP. And in the coming days, we'll get to know about it. EFCC is arresting ex-NNPCL finance boss and ex-Warri Refinery MD. Operatives of EFCC have arrested a former chief financial officer of NNPC, Umar Isai, collection with an alleged 7.2 billion fraud linked to the rehabilitation of Kaduna, Warri, and Port Harcourt refineries. So the total amount under investigation is about $2 billion, specifically $7.2 billion, specifically $2 billion. EFC is probing disbursement of $1.5 billion allocated to Port Harcourt, $740 million released for Kaduna, $600 million released for the Warri refinery. The question we've always asked is, what did they do, as NNPC to those refineries? Because by now, at least those refineries should be producing as we speak. So we need to be able to ask questions. We need to be able to ask who are those involved? What happened? How did they spend the money? Because these are the same refineries that NNPC was giving us photo ops then under Mele Kyari. And we kept on asking questions. That how can you say, oh, that all is well? And it was just a blending plants that we had then. So what is going on? Then when we were asking the question, it looked as though we didn't know what we were saying. It looked as though we didn't know our right from our left. But with time, we're beginning to see that questions and questions, everything is beginning to pan out. Okpebolo is promising to do 2.5 million votes in Edo. I
That'll be
mean,
small thing.
is the Okpebolo the people that are going to vote? You see the way our politicians act, and you can see the massive level of disconnect. How can the governor be promising 2.5 million votes?
I tell you.
The question is, did he, Okpebolo himself, the governor, did he get 2.5 million votes? He made the declaration at Okijason Town Hall in Roa when he was welcoming the campaigns. Did he himself win with a 2.5 billion vote mark? So these are the questions. Another story making the rounds. Jando, the Lagos PDP candidate, is speaking. He's saying that Atiku's primary win is not the sole cause, of the problem. Jando anyway has gone back to the APC, but he said there were many problems. In an interview on television, he acknowledged the PDP's democratic approach to selection, but pointed at the crucial difference with the APC regarding party supremacy. He stated, PDP, give it to them. They can be very democratic when it comes to selection, which is good. But PDP is the only party where I see leaders of the party telling followers, don't vote for microphone because it wasn't my choice. He explained that while Article 1 openly, internal dissent and lack of collective adherence to the party's chosen candidates, unlike the APC where everybody will have to fall in line. Those were the things that caused problems, for the PDP. As regards this June 12th talk, Osi Adeni, Tony Adeni's son, has also come out to defend the legacy of his father. Because, I said everybody will miss the essence of June 12th. It will not be the legacy of who to defend and all of that. Mm-hmm. And in the end, isn't it sad that the Abiola that really died for the June 12th is now relegated? Ose is now writing a rebuttal in defense of history and his father. I said, Aneni described Bayonurua's portrayal of Aneni as untrue and accused him of distorting historical facts. Dear Bayo, your account of my father's involvement is, to put it politely, untrue. It is disappointing that you choose to use uncut language to describe Chief Tony Adene in an official communication for the president, no less, Ose said. Onanuga, in response to Sule Lamido, had accused Lamido and Adene of aligning with the military. So the controversy now goes on. He said Chief Abiola initially fled the country after the annulment of June 12 by General Babangida. But when he did return, one of his first visits was to my father, the national chairman of the SDP in Benin. He said, true to form, my father confronted Abiola, accused him to the face of abandoning the party and his supporters in the immediate aftermath of the annulment, while they all risked their life and limb defending his mandate. Abiola's response, a bird does not tell his friends that stone is coming. And his son added that his father warned Abiola against trusting the military, especially General Sani Abacha. My father told me of another conversation in which he warned Abiola that increasingly close dealings with General Abacha will ultimately destroy his chances of reclaiming his mandate. So every part now is now fighting. The question is, does this reduce the poverty in Nigeria? So people can write history and politicize history, but does this solve the challenges and the distorted lives of a lot of Nigerians due to insecurity? Will this bring the lives of people that were killed, the wedding, people that were going to a wedding that were killed in Plateau back? So I think it is time for us to not fall into the distraction of all of these politicians. Even after the June 12th, when we return to democracy, have the politicians used the democracy to better the lives of Nigerians? I mean, these are the conversations we should have and hold them accountable and not fall for their various distractions. Okay, take for instance now, UNICEF is now the one providing 30,000 liters of water to IDPs. IDPs, internally displaced people, have come out of that situation in yellow water. They are suffering. In fact, we have been doing some advocacy work with Say So Foundation. I've put it on my page where I have encouraged people to raise money for Say So. People are dying. People got died in the IDP camp due to poor conditions the other day. I think that was around last week. So rather than face this, we are busy about June 12th. That politicians that are playing their politics and living there. The question we should ask these politicians is, how have they been able to better our lives? See now, it is UNICEF that is saying that they're providing 30,000 liters of water daily. All right? Enugu Field Officer Rebecca Bolacho Gabriel disclosed this at the camp on Monday. The question is, what is the livelihoods of the people in the IDP camp as a result of these killings? Till today now, we are still looking for how to bring perpetrators of these hideous crimes to book. What are we doing as regards that? I think so we should focus on the things that really concern us. All right? So it has to be said. Owo massacre, Undo State demolition of cenotaph sparks controversy. Okay, the demolition of a cenotaph erected in honor of the killed victims at the St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church in 2022 by the government has continued to spark controversy. Family members of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, his former aide, and all of that have disagreed with the reason for the demolition of the cenotaph. The decision of Loki Ayedatiwa to pull the cenotaph down has pitched all stakeholders in the state against each other. The question is, how would you pull a cenotaph like that down? That memorialize a very sad event. So should we just forget the memories of people like that? So take for instance, the governor said they took responsibility for the demolition following complaints from the monarch of the town. The move has sparked reactions in the state. And that's the kind of country we live in. So rather than getting ourselves deceived by these nefarious politicians, why don't we hold them accountable? Something happened. Is it that we want to erase history that it never happened? That's why we are pulling it down. LPC is saying they're adding another 118-seater Embraer to boost their operations across the country. You know, there's been a lot of back and forth as regards LP's operation and LP's flights, and you know, a lot of pain people are facing. Real quick, let me talk about this Shetima and Tinubu debacle.
Okay.
So there are a lot of back and forth as regards Shetima and Tinubu. Maybe he's going to drop him or not. A Vanguard editorial is saying that already names of 6 top politicians drawn from the Northeast and Northwest have been touted in the list to be the president's pick. Among them is Abdulaziz Yari, Nuhu Ribadu, Bago, Ubasani, Inua Yaya, governor of Gombe State, and Yakubu Dogara. And people have given reasons from the names that have been touted. But one of the presidency officials, based on this article, is saying, that spoke in confidence, is saying that there is nothing to suggest that Tinubu will dump Shetima in 2027. One of the sources also said that the vice president have never lost any election in Borno since when he was first elected and later became senator. And they are saying that Tinubu will not risk dropping Shetima. So there are two sides to the story. Some are saying that they've lined up people. Some are saying that he will not drop Shetima. Whatever it is, only time will be able to tell as regards.
So, some new developments as regards the Middle Eastern story. President Trump has finally called for a ceasefire, and the ceasefire is supposed to take effect about 12 hours after. Let's hear all of this.
Thank you so much, Rufai Oseni, for having that conversation with us. Appreciate that. Right now, let's get back to the studio, and we have Prince Chilaka, who is joining me live just right here in the studio. And of course, we'll be looking at some of these headlines together. Okay? Everyone, follow me. Let's go. Prince Chilaka, good morning to you.
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Now,
The way you're sounding this year, good morning. I don't really get.
What have I done? I just want to read out what I see here. But the one that caught my attention this morning, I didn't know about you, is the fact that Nasir El-Rufai has said that he has no ambition to join the race for the 2027 presidential election. Yeah, he said all he desires at this point is to see the administration of President Tinubu, which he described as evil and a tragedy, voted out. In other words, he's saying that he has no ambition. According to him, I have no ambition. I just want to remove this evil that I brought upon Nigerians. How would you look at this statement? Evil.
The cancer he brought upon Nigerians.
When he say evil.
The thing is, the political class, they're very unpredictable. You can't predict them, and when a politician tells you good morning, Jude, you need to go outside to confirm if it is morning or night. Because I would always say that talk is cheap, and we've seen that over time. Where we've had beautiful speeches, wonderful interviews, but when it comes to delivering on those interviews and speeches, you don't get what you want. And that's the truth. But on the flip side, I think we should cut him some slack, having the courage to come out and admit that yes, he is part of the problem of Nigeria.
Or does that mean he is agreeing that?
No. That is it. He has agreed. He has agreed that he's part of the problem of Nigeria. He has actually agreed that he is one of those who foisted this monster, this evil APC on Nigerians. So you can only find a solution to a problem when you identify the problem. So now we have identified the problem. And the problem is that those who are responsible for foisting APC on Nigerians are beginning to come out to confess. So what we now need is the solution. How do we cure this malice? So he has also, for him, haven't confessed, because I think this is a period of confessions. He's not the only one confessing. We're hearing too many stories that is really, really not sweet to the ears. And it's unfortunate that Nigeria is a country where people don't probe. We don't probe comments. We don't probe interviews. We don't try to find out the nitty-gritties of what has played out. Our politicians are busy trying to write and rewrite history. To whose advantage? To the disadvantage of the ordinary Nigerians, because when you rewrite history, we always write history to favor us. Ordinarily, you are not the one that is meant to write your own history. People should write your history. But in Nigeria, no. Every politician wants to write their own history and foist it down the throat of the people.
El-Rufai said the evil he brought upon this nation, Nigeria. And then you look at the other side. Some persons will ask you, is it because you were left behind? Is it because you were disgraced? Is it because you were put off the whatever? Is it because you did not function in this administration? Why are you now calling this administration evil? Why are you tagging this administration evil?
The thing is, we always try to make excuses for people, and it's a terrible mindset of the poor Nigerians, the uneducated Nigerians, even including the literate Nigerians. We always want to make excuses for people. Somebody comes out and tell you, "Oh, I did this." You're not looking at the person saying, "I did this." You are looking at why he shouldn't have done it, and all of that. But the man has told you, look, I'm involved in this crime. What other evidence do you need? So people who are saying all this that is because it was no, but he has said the truth. So why are we so scared about the truth in this country? Before now, everybody has been shouting. Rufai brought in bandits. He brought in headsmen. He did this. He did that. Now the man has come out and said, "Look, I am responsible for bringing this to you. The thing that has been causing you pain, the thing that has given you sleepless nights, the thing that has increased your hunger level and poverty. I am responsible. So what else do you want the man to do?"
This coalition to some persons looks like a northern affair. Now, like these guys are the ones sponsoring this thing on the ground.
When you say northern affair,
and reaching out to some other parts of the country.
I think it's a wrong description.
But I said some persons.
Yes, some people who are saying, you see, until we grow above tribalism, religiosity in this country, nothing would work. We don't see things from the point of saying, how will this help us? How will this better our lives? Unfortunately, you have people who everything they see and they want to talk about, they bring it to the level of tribe. Because they know that that is the lines that the Nigerian people have been divided. So when you want to talk about this coalition, it's better to remove tribe from it. And look at it from that perspective of what do these people want to achieve? What is the aim of this group? Because tomorrow, I've heard several people who call shows on VOP, they'll say, you're always interviewing Igbos. You're always bringing Igbos. It is only Igbos that are calling. It is the Southeasterners that are calling. But that's not it.
That's not true.
It's an open space. Mm-hmm. Anybody can call. But because we are all enmeshed in tribalism, because tribalism helps us to hate one another. Tribalism helps us not to see the good in the other person. So because of that, you have this problem. Somebody walks into the studio and says, it's Judah that is there. Not them, not them, them. But you forget, is it adding value? Is it bringing something to the table? So when we keep saying, it is time for us, the Nigerians, the youths especially, to rescue Nigeria, where are the youths? Is it the same youths that have been divided along ethnic and religious lines?
I think one reason why people are saying that the North is spearheading this coalition is the fact that the coalition is spearheaded by two northern, heavyweights. One, Atiku. Two, El-Rufai.
You are the one making that assertion.
Nigerians.
No, you, not Nigerians.
Nigerians.
Judah is making that assertion. Nigerians right now understand that coalition is not. It's not something that was started by Atiku
okay.
I'm coming, and El-Rufai.
Okay.
If you had followed the trend about this coalition, you would find out that meetings upon meetings have been held. And in those meetings, if you're being fair to each other, the names like Peter Obi has come up, Amechi has come up, Obasanjo's name has come up at one point in time. But you see, even in setting up a business, that you are going to have 6 partners, at the end of the day, 1 or 2 of the partners will be the face of the project. It is normal. But for anybody to begin to look at it from, saying, it's a northern affair, that person is not being fair to Nigeria. And these are the kind of things that Nigerians should eschew. If we all believe, honestly, deep down, that we want a unified Nigeria, we want a country that our children can hold up to, then we need to throw away tribalism. And that's the simple truth. Remove tribalism. Tribalism was used to distort the election of 2023.
Have you heard that if a northerner backs you in an election, you will win?
Well,
that if everyone says, okay, fine, it has to be the South that will finish the remaining 4 years, then the Northerners will look for a Southerner to back him.
The thing is this. It's it's a problem that you and I are part of. And why do I say that? A country we claim to have about 200 million Nigerians. Between you and I, we don't even know our census. We don't know how many we are. We always have to wait for United Nations, UNICEF, to tell us how many we are. And so, before now, everybody has believed, the North has so much population. An election is about population. And that is where people have missed it. Everybody believes, the North has the population. But the thing is, have we, as a people, have we sat down to really, really capture ourselves, to count ourselves? In all sincerity, do we know how many we are today in Nigeria? We don't know. So we're relying on a document that has spent about 20 years. Meanwhile, within that period of 20 years, the price of fuel has changed severally. Mm-hmm. The price of foodstuff has changed. Mm-hmm. The price of accommodation has changed. Mm-hmm. Everything has changed, but the only thing that has not changed is the population figure. So we need to get it right. I do not believe that anyone of the zones can actually, on their own, produce a president. I do not believe that. You need to have horse trading. You need to have synergy. And you need to, make sacrifices.
Beautiful.
To be able to get it.
Now that El-Rufai is saying, well, he has no ambition. And now I think it's getting clearer, right? Don't you think so? Now we have Amechi, we have Atiku, we have Peter Obi, we have who again is that? Amongst these persons, what do you think?
Among these persons, first and foremost, Amechi has not come out to tell you he's vying for presidency. So let us not put words in his mouth.
Okay.
Now you have between Atiku and Peter Obi. And like I keep saying,
Kwakwanso is there. Let's not forget.
Kwakwanso is there, but we all know that Kwakwanso is just in Kano. Kwakwansai.
And recently, of course, we were meant to believe that OBJ is behind.
It doesn't matter. See, let me tell you the truth. I've said this severally, and I keep saying it that any political party today going for 2027 election that puts up a Northerner will not get a vote. Because of the way Nigeria has already been skewed. There is an unwritten agreement amongst the political class. And they do everything within their power to ensure that unwritten agreement holds sway. And what is that written agreement? The South will do 8 years, and the North will do 8 years. So anything you try to do to truncate it, you have a problem in your hands.
But now they say what we need now is good governance. We don't want to know any agreement. Forget it. What we need is good governance.
Yes, we need good governance. And in that good governance, I tell you that within the South, you still have people who can give you good governance.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So I believe that Atiku, like I keep saying, he will shock Nigerians. What you're going to have with the coalition is people who believe in patriotism, people who believe that it is time to move this country forward. See, let me tell you, Jude.
When this article will shock Nigerians, what do you mean?
Jude, if we get it wrong with 2027, this country will explode. I'm telling you. You need to see. Go and read about the French Revolution. Every revolution you've had in this world has been as a result of food. Any other thing is secondary, but food. The hunger in Nigeria today is not something you want to joke with. You need to go out there. Go to most supermarkets today. As you're entering the supermarket, you see people lined up outside. All they're waiting is for you to come out. And they're like, I need this. Can you buy me this? Can you help me with this? You go to any of the hospitals today, general hospitals, you will see people lined up outside the gate. The moment you are driving in, they are stopping you. Some will even be giving you the prescription. Can you help me buy? So it's gotten that bad, except our political class are pretending not to know that things have really gone south. And only those who pretend not to know are those who are spending billions renovating old structures. They're not thinking about the welfare of the Nigerian people. They're not thinking about satisfying the hunger and the poverty that is holding the people down, but they are comfortable spending billions renovating old structures. So those are the people who don't feel what is going on in this country. Those are the people who don't care about the Nigerian people. And that's why I keep saying that the Nigerian people need to wake up from their sleep. For how long will they continue to allow the political class to deal with it?
El-Rufai has said, just like Very Dark Man will say, Tinubu will learn, and he will learn the hard way.
Well, he's not the only one saying it. A lot of people are saying it. And you know, sometimes when people say it, you keep like asking, what do they have in their magic heart?
Okay.
What do they have? And then when people say it, you come and hear, you see a governor who we all know that didn't really win an election, now promising to give 2.5 million votes, 2 million votes, 3 million votes. You keep asking, is it that these votes will be manufactured? Or is it that somebody will sit down somewhere to write these results?
He knows what he's saying. Pueblo knows what he's saying.
Well, what about
let
me tell you, if we have free and fair election in Edo State today, there is no way Pueblo will win. He knows that. But Nigeria is a country where anything goes. Go and contest. Let INEC announce you as winner. Go to court. The court will affirm you. The matter ends there. But we need to get to that point where the court really does not have anything to do with the elections. You can have, say, 10 million people voting for somebody and 5 people sit down somewhere and decide who to give the mantle of leadership to. Is that democracy?
Let me read out what El-Rufai said. Let's get back on track. That thing is still in my mind. Let's get back on track because it's a big news this morning. Now, El-Rufai has disclosed the agreement between himself, Atiku Abubakar, and of course Peter Obi regarding the coalition. El-Rufai said they all agreed to leave their political parties and focus on a new platform if they have a consensus on a party. Now, he was speaking. He said, "When I joined the SDP, I made it very clear, just like every other person, just like Atiku in the PDP and Peter Obi has not officially left the Labour Party, but we all agreed that if we had a consensus on the platform, we are going to give up our own legacy parties and focus on the platform." He was saying that there is a pact with Atiku and Peter Obi. This thing is getting bigger.
Don't you think so? No, you see, this is what happened between CPC, don't forget, CPC, AZNC, some faction of ABGA, when they were coming together to form APC. It was in the news all through. Everybody was waiting to hear the formal registration. And when the registration was formally done, it was like a boom, boom. Now, this is what happens when you have a coalition made up of strong politicians.
Okay.
Everybody coming on board have their structure. They have their base. So you're coming with your own base. Atiku is coming with the north. Peter Obi is coming with the east. Aregbesola is coming with the west. Amechi is coming with the south-south. So what it means is that these are people who already have structure on ground. It's not going to be like 2023 where Labour Party had no structure.
Okay.
They didn't have enough polling agents. But if now these people agree to work together, it means that everybody must bring their own structure. They already have it. So all they need to do is to fuse it together to create a dynamite.
But here, Amiti and El-Rufai is advocating that all of them, instead of going to one ADA, you know these are that everybody is saying, right? Instead of going to ADA, let's use SDP. That's what Amiti, El-Rufai is saying.
No, you know the thing is, propaganda is a tool used to win a war. Whether you win or lose, propaganda must sail. Politicians, propaganda is a weapon they use. Before now, you noticed everybody was talking of SDP. What happened? SDP suddenly started having issues. They touted ADC. ADC just exploded. Boom. The truth is that the people that are forming this coalition, they are not oblivious of the fact that APC is not sleeping. They are not.
Okay.
So they must also be very as wise as a serpent and crafty like a tortoise. They must. If they don't do this, then they're not ready. They must have a plan B. And that plan B is that if this doesn't work, this will work. See, what I foresee in all of this is that the APC is doing everything possible to ensure that come 2027, Peter Obi himself does not have a platform to run with.
Oh, really?
Yes. I would say this, that having looked critically at the political undertones, I think APC is more scared of Peter Obi than they are scared of Atiku. And that's the truth. That is why when Peter Obi coughs, the whole APC, including the presidency, they must respond. They must tell you the nature of cough he coughed. They must also tell you why they expect him not to cough. But when Atiku talks, they just, they are not really bothered. And the reason is because Peter Obi there's this organic love for Peter Obi.
But what do you think? Using SDP as the horse, all right, to fly to 2027. There's a reason why I picked the horse. It's strong enough. Don't you think that SDP can become this special purpose vehicle to deliver this coalition?
SDP would have done that, but how about the internal wrangling going on in SDP? Are you not taking that?
I don't tell you that can be sorted out.
No, how will it be sorted out? Look at Labour Party. As we stand today, Labour Party seem to have 3 chairmen. You have the Abure faction. You have the Apapa faction. You have the Nenadi Usman faction. So tell me, between now and 2027, how do you think that issue will be resolved? Because everybody's looking at their own greedy and selfish interest.
So that's why you think everybody is looking for Ada.
So it's better to leave. See, let me tell you, if these people leave their parties and then form a coalition known as Ada, I wonder what Wike will do with PDP. Because everybody will leave PDP for him. So let him take the party.
But people will tell you, PDP is still the best political party, the best opposition. They know the game, they understand the thing. It's a big party, it's a big political party.
No, Jude, it's not about the name, it's about the people.
We all know the umbrella now.
It's about that umbrella don't get plenty holes. They don't patch and tire. Just like the broom now, the broom is looking very slim. The broom self not a sweep again. Yes. And that's the truth. PDP by name. The name PDP, VOP cannot be VOP without the people working in VOP. I'm sure you know that.
Of course.
So when you say PDP, if there are no people, if there are no stakeholders in PDP, what becomes of PDP? If those stakeholders that are in PDP leave PDP and go to another place, they will carry the spirit of PDP, but they will leave the shadow of PDP behind. So it's not just to say PDP is, yes, PDP played a role in trying to give Nigerians the resemblance of good governance, but they also boggled it up.
Let me shock you. A chieftain of the APC, Eze Chukwuemeka Eze, has told President Tinubu to forget about coming to the villa after 2027 election. In fact, he was congratulating Atiku, Amechi, and so many other persons, for coming together to have this coalition and telling Tinubu to start packing his baggages.
Anybody in APC that starts to talk from both sides of the mouth, you know what they want.
What do they
like our late comrade Onokwasa. We saw the vibrancy in him just after the elections. But few months into the governance, he changed. Because at that point in time, he wasn't getting what he was expecting. So for me, you see, this whole thing about the campaign and all of that, it will affect APC just as it's affecting other parties. People will leave.
Let me ask you this before we wrap things up. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, is saying, or he has refuted claims that security agencies manipulate election outcomes in Nigeria. He was saying that is a lie. It's a business lie. I mean, it's unfair. It's not true to the Nigerian police. 2 minutes, and we leave.
I don't want to follow the line of Showore in addressing the IGP.
Oh, really?
Yes. But the truth is,
okay.
The truth is that the Inspector General of Police has not said the truth to Nigerians. In 2023 election, I was there. I saw. I know what I saw. When people were being chased by hoodlums, the Nigerian policemen looked the other way. When you do that, it means that you're in connivance with what is going on. When we say rigging election, you may not necessarily be the one printing and all of that. But when you allow situations, good, when you allow situations you should have curbed.
Okay.
Then it means that you are part of it.
Prince Ilaka, our time is up, really. We have to go. I wish we could continue with this conversation, but I want to say thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. In case you're just tuning in, my name is Jude Ikami Jude. Time now to get to open up the studio lines so you can be part of this conversation. All you need to do is call 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp is 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume before you call. Just about 60 seconds is even too much for you, or 50 seconds is fine because of our time. All right, but just be as brief as possible. Mind what you say on a national radio. Thank you so much. Let's begin with you. Good morning here. Top of the morning to you. What's your name? Good morning. Good morning.
Imagine somebody like El-Rufai, who is among those people that went and traveled money in Nigeria to bring people to come and attack Nigeria.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much because of our time. Hello, good morning here.
Good morning. This is Ugo from Ejigbo.
Okay, go. Let's have you. 50 seconds.
Okay, it is very, very great. We love FM radio. We enjoy you every time here. You know, it would be better for them to, form another platform because the form of their region, is something that happened almost already late. Because I know you might be surprised they have already had the election for 2027 election. So it's better than.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I will
Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. Hello, good morning here. Good morning. All right. Nigeria. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. God bless you too. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate that. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Jide. Good morning. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Mamu.
Let's go quickly.
Well done.
Let's go.
Please, I want to talk. Thank God the El-Rufai have accepted that is one of those that brought people that killed people in Nigeria. And all those calamity in Nigeria. So now what are they waiting? Let him go to jail. If it is in America, he committed a crime. Even if it's 100 years, he accepted, you go to jail immediately. El-Rufai should be in the jail because a lot of Nigerians have died because of what they caused from 2015 to date.
Thank you.
And now, what are they? Why is he deceiving people? Telling us that this who is in that coalition? Him and the Atiku, his brother. So who does that? And they are deceiving South. They have removed Jonathan. They want to remove Trumbo. Even Trumbo is not doing well, but let him try to come up. But they should stop command.
Hello. Oh, sorry about that. Let me talk to you. Hello, good morning here. Good morning. Hello.
Calling from Egbeda.
All right, let's go.
Jude Kame.
I bring you good greetings.
El-Rufai is an evil man. Likewise, that the man that is a president for Nigeria now. Both of them, they are the same. You see these people. Let this coalition don't let them not accept this El-Rufai because he's an evil man. Had it been that they appointed him as a minister or this, he will not open up for all these things that he's doing now. So all these people, I don't see the reason why they are ruling Nigeria. These people, they are evil people. They don't want to hear, they don't want to listen. People are dying every day because of hunger. Hospital, utilities and all this, and they cannot be able to afford.
All right.
So I can't see the reason why all this thing is happening. People are dying every day. And this
Thank
man
you.
is still in power. If it is in another country, this man will resign.
Thank you. Appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning here.
Yeah, good morning. I greet you, Jude.
All right.
Yeah, this is Babaji.
Okay.
I think your guest, I love the way your guest puts it, the collation. Honestly, if you look at each and every one of them, Ambishi, Peter Obi, El-Rufai, Atiku, and the rest, if they can be able to come together, and I'm suspecting they will throw up Peter Obi, honestly. And if you can be able to throw up Peter Obi can gather the southeast and the south-south. Take it or leave it.
Okay.
And if Atiku from that end work with Kwakwaso and El-Rufai, that will be the end of the president. But the only area we are looking at it now is the INEC and the security. Because the boasting of the APC, especially the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, telling you when the jungle matured, they are thinking about the INEC and the security. And if Nigeria can rise up and say enough is enough, INEC do the right thing, and the security, you don't need to be just supporting the APC, support Nigeria. I think it will be all over for APC. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Hello, good morning here. Good morning. Hello, good morning to you. Uh-oh, I lost that call. Sorry about that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Thank God.
Good morning.
Yeah, Kamejude, good morning. This is Alpha. I'm calling from AJ.
Good morning.
I think this is the period of confession for all our politicians then, concerning what they did in 2023. El-Rufai, honestly, I actually appreciate, I give him kudos for coming out to make such a confession that he was among those that brought this evil to this country. And he is doing his best to make sure that he eradicates the evil. It's it's easy to talk, but let him walk towards it. Let we see so that yes, walk and talk. That's walk, and as you talk, you walk, so that we can be able to see it. Not just talk. At the end of the day, you will just do another thing.
Thank you.
So let him talk, make him walk, so that we will see that he truly repented. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate your call. All right. Because of our time, okay, let me see if I can talk to you now. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning. What happened? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, VOP.
90.3 FM.
Yes, my dear. I wish I'm able to speak with Chief Chilaka. He spoke very well, but I was, I defer where he was. The only thing that made me feel that maybe he's right is when he said, "I may shock Nigerians," because from the articles as president, he has never supported any presidential candidate. It has always been a politics of self. But if he's going to change now, glory be to God. Because I am expecting the coalition rivals to have decided on who to run before looking for a party. Atiku is always having the upper hand when it is delegates choosing the candidate. Atiku that's the target. That is the trend. The strength is not with the people. If Atiku is not somebody that will leave Dubai to come and choose somebody else for you. He is targeting it is going to be party delegates. Even if the whole party delegates are coming from one section of the country, Atiku will maneuver them. Okay. And Obi is coming to change the system. He's not about having money. He's not ready to do what he's criticizing. Do you understand me? Yes, Obi will never, no matter how much he has, he will never buy delegates because he's coming to change. He wants to make the system work. So he's not going to.
All right. Let's leave it there. Okay? Thank you so much. A couple of calls coming in. Plenty of messages. Hey, okay. I don't know where to start from, really. But I wish I could just take all of these messages back to back. Okay, let me see if I can talk to you quickly. Just 50 seconds. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Afuwan. I'm calling from Edim.
All right, quickly.
My own contribution is this correlation, what they do, what that means. Any correlation, what they do, whether they want to form ATO or APC, PPPO, my own say, I want to remove this APC from government. I want them to come up for 2027. I don't need them again. Any correlation, whether I will start the president,
all right.
Whether I invite president cadet, I will Igbo president cadet.
Thank you.
To support my family and my friends.
Thank you.
But the only thing I want this government to come on in office. So that's my
Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Hello, good morning here.
Good morning. Kenneth is my name.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let Tinubu go. Whether he likes it or even if God will remove him, let him be removed. Let him be removed. We pensioners, we are crying every day. This man, I don't know whether he wants to use our money to do campaign. Pensioners, retirees, our children are out from school. I don't let him be removed. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Plenty of messages here. Everyone, I will be, we'll have to continue this conversation by 11, okay? 11 o'clock. We'll be back here with this same conversation. 11 o'clock, join me. You never finish at all. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very, very much. I don't know how, my name is Peter from Pesta.
Okay.
I don't know how some Nigerian normal reason. Somebody has come out and confessed. You still criticizing that person. Look at that criticizing person. What about your own? That is why you see some people in Nigeria, they will not like to come out and confess because people will begin accusing him again. Let's support El-Rufai. Even if El-Rufai, let's support him. Please, Nigeria, let's support him. He has confessed, no problem. Thank you very much. I believe with El-Rufai, with the new collection, by 2027, something good will happen.
Thank
to
you
Nigeria.
so much.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that line. He said he has confessed. He has confessed. No problem. Let's support him. Priscilla, just 1 minute. 30 seconds before you go. What do you have to say?
No, but, for me, like I said, El-Rufai has said his own. So I expect other people to. Don't forget that Alhaji Sule Lamido has also opened a can of worms. And it's the thing is bringing out a lot of, issues.
Palava.
Good. And
Wahala.
so now there we day. Say Nigeria now every day one story,
God.
And the thing is, I tell you this, Jude, finally. It is the political class that are demarcating Nigerians and not the ordinary Nigerians.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigerians, I want to say thank you so much for being part of this broadcast this morning. Like I said, I will be back here by 11 to talk more on this. More. 11 a.m. Okay? So join me. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, I am Ikami Jude. It's spelled Ikamijude. It's just one word. Ikamijude. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. I love you so much and have a beautiful morning. I'm out of here.